This is about as easy as it gets in War Thunder. These planes are the pinnacle of brain-off turn fighting, and it's extremely easy rolling through US teams who are ground pounding, which is most of the time, unfortunately. This is the A6M3. It's a Japanese rank 3 battle rating 4.0 fighter, and it's one of very many zeros you can fly in game. There really wasn't a particular reason I chose this one specifically, it's just where I was in the Japanese tree. Those of you who are regulars here and are in my streams a lot know that I don't really have much of Japan researched at all. In fact, at the time of making this, I think I'm just getting to rank 4. But I had an urge to play some props the other day, and I was like, I could play some Japan because I don't really have that much of it. And to be honest, I forgot how much I enjoy grinding through these lower ranks. Probably because you actually progress quickly and have all these different planes to choose from. In my short time playing the A6M3, I've managed to have a good amount of fun with it. I play super hyper aggressive because that's really fun and I don't really care all that much if I die. Especially since half the time if I do live, I end up having to chase a bomber or deal with the American teams camping their airfields or something like that. And frankly, I'm over trying to deal with that because I just get bored and leave the game. Not to mention, it's also like hyper frustrating to deal with that. It's actually kind of hilarious how people call it a valid tactic to abuse the game mechanics, when that's what it is. You're abusing the airfield AAA to get a cheap win or just draw out the match half the time. In a lot of other planes, you can, climb way above the airfield, dive straight down on it to kill whoever's, sitting on the airfield. Even then, you will take some damage diving in on top of their airfield. And in this plane, you can't really do that. A, this thing's not very fast, and B, you're basically made of paper. If you get touched by AA, you're gonna die. If you don't get one shot, you get set on fire, and then you're just crippled anyway. Even the mid-map AA is extremely scary when flying this thing. The amount of times I've just been set on fire or just straight up one shot by mid-map AA is just infuriating. But that's just the way this game is designed right now, and I can't really do anything about that. Alright, so let's get back on track here. The A6M3. I'd be willing to bet the vast majority of you know how this thing performs, but I'm still going to give a brief synopsis of it anyway. Really, there's only one thing you need to know. This thing turns like crazy. It's very easy to pull like 15 Gs at a relatively low speed, which is kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, it's at the cost of all your speed, but the low speed maneuverability and just the straight up turning capability of this thing kind of makes that not really matter that much. It is really funny watching US teams try and turn fight you because they don't win that ever. Really, if you're flying a US plane, you better have the altitude advantage, otherwise you're kinda boned. I guess I should offer a little bit of advice if you do encounter one of these things. So say you're flying a P-47 or P-51. You will absolutely need to play energy very carefully. But to be honest, it's actually not that hard. Say you're flying a P-51. You're gonna outrun this thing no problem because the A6M3 is not very fast. You're gonna out-energy this thing in every way. So if you just boom and zoom with a little bit of brain power, this thing won't be able to touch you. So I guess if anything, just don't get impatient and you'll probably win against fighting this thing. Of course, if you don't have the altitude advantage, you might be boned unless you're far enough away to where you can just straight up outrun this thing. Because even in a dive, the A6M3 is not fast. Although it really won't even matter that much if most of your team is just ground pounding, you're gonna get rolled by a bunch of zeros anyway. Which is such a shame, dude. I wish people would actually play their fighters as fighters. Like, yeah, I get that your 50 cals can take out pillboxes, but like, is that even fun? Maybe it is for some people, but not for me, that's for sure. So what's it like actually playing the A6M3? Well, see for yourself. Hey, look at that. We have the US team this time, and everyone else climbs, and all of our guys are down there. I mean, at least I'm up here with them. They're all diving. Okay. So we have one Yak 3 that I'm gonna have to deal with. As long as he doesn't dive away, I'll be a happy man. He's gonna force ahead on Lamau. See what we can do here. Lol. Ah, it's suck. That's okay though. Oh my god, one shot. Alright. 109. Alright, I'll worry about him later. Let's go with the 109. And the Spitfire. Lol. I thought he was about to pull in a shot on me for just a second there. There we go. And now the Spitfire. Well, almost. There we go. thing's, honestly, dude, zeros are just kind of nutty. 154 is, I'm definitely not catching that, so I'm gonna go over here. If I'm gonna want to do well here, I'm gonna have to be very careful with my aim and my ammo. He's climbing for me. When does he stall out? Right now, it seems. There we go. And then the I-185. Here's the BV. There we go. It's a very easy game so far. Now the BV-155, that should be super easy if I can catch him. I can't remember if those are fast or not. He's going to his airfield. I'm gonna get mid-map A8, aren't I? I'm gonna be very upset if I do. Dang, he is very damaged, it seems. Dang, he's still fast though. He's gonna crash, lol. Well, that was almost a 6th kill. If I just hit one of those shots, that would have been my kill. Unfortunate. I don't exactly know how the mid-map AAA works. I just know that a lot of times you can get one shot by him, especially in this plane. So I'm very worried about it. I see the BV landed. Now I wonder if he bails or he actually gets back up and tries to fight. He looks like he's taking off. Yeah, he's taking off. Dang, I was kind of hoping he'd just leave. Now, does he come to me or does he just run back once he sees me? And he's turning around. Of course. Why wouldn't he? No fun allowed. Abusing game mechanics. Very nice. But is he landing again? It looks like he's landing. Maybe he realizes he's not going to win and maybe he'll just leave. Okay, well, my teammate got shot down by mid-map AAA, so that's cool. So I'm now the only one left. Maybe he doesn't know he can leave. There we go. Cool. Thank you. I mean, I guess it's a nice little 5K. It should have been 7, but whatever. Alright, so in a nutshell, the A6M3 is really, really good. It's just not fast, and it doesn't dive well, and doesn't really do all that much outside of turn extremely well. But turning performance alone is enough for you to do extremely well, especially when you're facing US teams every game. Which, like I said earlier, it's a shame that the US teams don't do better, because they do have some pretty strong planes. But overall, with the fun factor, I'm giving it a fun out of fun, because I was really enjoying playing this. Outside of the games where I was sniped by mid-map AAA or chasing down people who were camping their airfield. Other than that, this plane is actually really fun, and I'll probably continue to play it, or just all the other zeros too. And I do also want to try that Key 108 as well, so maybe you'll get a video on that, I don't know. Oh yeah, before I end this video, a lot of people have been asking me about my face reveal. I've been saying I'm going to do it for a while, but yeah, I don't think I will.